next season, we find out she's in some coma, and we can only talk to her through Tarima. You know, and so all I'm saying, I think what Ty's point is missed opportunities there. But I'm not going to focus on those as much right now. I do want to say, dang, it's already been, we've been talking a long time, man. We've been flying. But I will say this. Okay, well, let me ask y'all this. What did y'all think about the confrontation? Because remember last week, I asked y'all, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I asked you, I think this is right before you joined us, Anna. Do you think that our girl, Sam, is going to be the same? Remember I asked y'all that? I was like, yo, she now is not 200 days old, Sam. This is, I've lived a full life, Sam. And she was not the same. She even said it. She like, I ain't the same little motherfucker. Y'all, like, she got all gully with shit. Like, I ain't that same little motherfucker that threw roof back when I was 246 old. I'm a grown woman now. You know what I'm saying? And so like she kind of confronted Genesis a little bit. And I'm just curious, like Zyla, Ty, Anna, and Zyla, if you could go first, maybe. What did you think about the confrontation? Like, did you think that it was like was it kind of cheesy? Was it I mean on par with your taste? I mean, what was your discernment for their relationship?
I think just it reminded me of myself when I was younger, in that like and even now you look back on your old self or your younger self and you feel like this sense of shame and like, oh, I was so naive. I was like following around this girl. Like, why did I do all that, and all these regrets? And then you have this moment where you're like, well, I'm going to be different now, and everybody better recognize it. And you kind of put on this bravado, but what you really want is just to recognize or have everyone recognize that you've changed. And sometimes it's more of an internal thing and it just becomes an external thing. So I thought, just as a former teenage girl, young woman, like that felt real. Even if it was a little cheesy, it's a little cheesy to watch, but it happens, it's real, so I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay. Anna, what you thought about it?
Yes, it kind of took me out for a second. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, we really doing this right now? But when she spoke and she explained herself and was like, I feel like I'm a mirror for you. I feel like, you want me to be this like puppy dog that follows you around and adores you and so like naive and silly and woo 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 and kind of like your little pet. And she was like, I'm not that anymore. I have grown. And she's trying to assert herself. She's trying to she almost is embarrassed by the former version of herself, and she thinks that Genesis wants that from her. And so she's trying to assert, I can't give you that. I don't want to give you that. And Genesis is over here catching strays from everybody. And she's like, I didn't even say any of that. So I'm like, leave my girl Genesis alone. Like, let her chill. But I understood where she was coming from. I like when you go through a vast experience, a deep emotional experience that transforms your character in that way, and you just want people to, like Zyla said, you just want people to know that you have gone through something, and you are not going to interact with them in this like bubbly kind of way anymore. And I got it. It worked for me in the end, and I think that's what Sam has been trying to say with like, I'm not staying in the room with you next year, but she hasn't been able to articulate it.